Alright, I know these don't get viewed too well, but they are getting ready to release the new region soon, and there is a lot in the game that I have not completed, and I don't want to get stuck trying to do it all because I already have a lot of crap to do. So I have everything in blue that's literally getting ready to end. Then I have a side quest here, or world quest, and then we have this, which ties into another thing that's going to be disappearing permanently. The Valeria Mirage is like a limited area, so, and so is this. Daya's 3-day reverie is like another world quest inside the Valeria Mirage. So that's going to be getting ready to end soon. So everything that's in here is going to be ending. I've most likely completed everything. The only thing I probably didn't do was like some little side quest thingies to try to get Layla. To get Layla again. I basically have to complete these. So I could try to complete them to see if I can get her again. I'm not sure. So far I've been trying to see if I can get Kokomi, and I haven't gotten her yet. But I also haven't been putting a lot of wishes on her banner, so that's another reason. Because everything else on the event I pretty much completed. Except for these. So see, I've only ever done it once. I don't know if these are other ones or what the hell that's entitling. Oh, that's what it is. So I did the first one, but we didn't do the second one. But we'll get to that. I'll probably do those on my own time. So right now we're gonna go do Kaeya's Hangout. So I guess... Is that it? Yeah. The bird watcher. And then unexpected traveler far from home is hanging out on Port Ormos. I'm pretty sure that it's him. Because we've seen him in Sumeru before at Port Ormos. He's been there before. So let's go on over to where he is so we can start this. I've already been seeing previews and they said that they're getting ready to release I think that the chapter is called A Gentle Rain Falls Without Reason. And they're going to be releasing it very soon. And that's where we go to Fontaine. And every time I go to a new region, I'm going to be there for like a long time. I want to try to explore the new region as much as possible. When it comes to new regions, I'm literally there for like half a year. For almost a year. Like, I spend more of my time in that area maxing out everything and exploring everything, that I have to try to do what I can now where in my current areas, because once that new Fontaine area opens up, I'm going to be there for a long time trying to learn the new mechanics and follow the story and meet the new characters, and I'm not going to be able to come back to any of this shit. I don't know where they're going to open Fontaine up at. I think it's up over here, actually. I think it's fucking over here. It just sucks. Every time they update the game, though, I lose memory. And I've already installed a lot of games, and I kind of wish that they would find a way to make that better. Like, have the current file just replace the one that already exists. But you figure they are adding new content, and it does take memory to host that, so... I don't know. Kind of wish there was a way they would work around that. Look at Kaeya. Look at him just standing there talking to a bird. What a nerd. So I think this is something that a lot of people have wanted ever since the Hangouts first became a thing. But there are other characters that I personally like more. Kind of wish we could get a hangout with like Kazuha or somebody. I don't know who else. Maybe I'll hate them. Like characters who are like super interesting. But Kaeya's interesting too in his own right. I kind of want to get one with you, Luke, but you know.
Hey, little birdie. Don't feel down. Come and perch on my shoulder. Don't be shy. I'll show you around town.
Oh my god.
Kaeya, that's not what a dust bird's call sounds like.
Really? No wonder they never pay attention to me. Forget it. I probably shouldn't be anthropomorphizing them anyway.
Yeah, making them realistic or humanized.
Haven't seen you in some time. To which one of the Animo Archon's winds do I owe the honor?
Guess your natural charisma drew me here. Must be ordained by fate.
Uh-huh. Is this your way of saying that you missed me?
No. Oh my god. The fuck?
Since it wasn't meant to be with this little birdie, I'd better leave it alone. Let's take a walk, shall we?
You don't even ask me if I'm busy or if I have somewhere to be or somewhere to go. You're just like, come with me now. I just noticed the symbol, like that weird white, unfucking textured mark. It looks untextured. The symbol on his waistband is the exact symbol on the Conrian door. It's the same star. It looks like that. And yes, he is from Conria, so I mean it's blatantly obvious. But it's been on his attire this whole time. And having been to the door of Conria myself, I now know what that symbol looks like. And it's been in plain sight since the beginning of the game. And I feel like an idiot. Hold on. Don't fucking stare at me like that. Have to walk with him. Another Conrian character. We ourselves are from Conria. If you stare at her fucking outfit, see how she has like the stars? I'm trying to zoom in on her. She has the stars on her cape. It's like a star symbol. And then even all around her outfits. If you stare at like the weird like sword-like markings, and then you look at Albedo, see how they're the same? The sword marks on his jacket at the bottom, those gold little symbol stars, are exactly like the one that Ether and her have. And then if you stare at the black and blue markings, it looks like the people from Conria that have been corrupted. Even his gloves kind of remind me a lot of Ether's in a way. He also has the same like star motifs and stuff because he's also from Conria. And we ourselves are also from Conria. At least it's hinted in the game anyway. That's why I always thought it was weird that Albedo's outfit looked a lot like Ether's and Lumine's. It looks a lot like their outfits. Almost identical. With the whole fucking like sword hanging off the side bullshit. Even her fucking constellation has the exact same sword symbol with the star. That pattern is the exact same design that is on his jacket. And Ether too. Ether more so. But I don't have him.
If you're
I'm not
wondering
playing
why
as
I'm
him,
here,
so
Jean's been worrying about trade safety recently.
I can't show him.
I discovered this when I unwittingly burst into her office to save the day.
Oh.
Another job involving long-distance travel falls to me.
Okay.
I suppose it's my own fault for having such a strong sense of duty.
Really? Oh. I wonder who we're gonna run into here, because not a whole lot of people know him.
Still, on the bright side, business is now taken care of. And I have unused travel funds, so I was planning to...
Huh? He got cut off.
Gundafar, we're in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted return to the palace?
Because I can't find a fucking proper hat and decided to wear this fucking plant vase instead.
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty. Such that I must personally report it to you.
Okay, I like how these men are supposed to be talking to each other, yet they're facing outward as if though they are doing a play, and they're not talking to each other, but rather to us. And it's weird.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun.
I wouldn't... I mean, it looks like that, even I said that, but it's not. Kaeya. Where were we just now? Travel expenses? Do you want to stop and see the show? If I go back to that, he'll think I'm not interested in that, so I'm gonna just...
Actually, yes. I saw some guards do a musical performance when I was traveling with their caravan in Sumeria.
These don't look like men that are doing a play. I mean, it could be, but it could not be. It's hard to tell.
They were desert dwellers. So are these actors. And I think I actually recognize one of them.
Oh god.
Come on, let's go watch.
Yeah, alright. What the... She didn't even approach the mark, it just auto-logged me. Yeah, I was right.
Your Majesty, not only has God bestowed the throne upon you, but your beloved son, Prince Kuba, has led our brave warriors to victory against Frasyav's army. His men have laid down their arms and fled. Frasyav's brazen ambition is no more. He has bowed his head and now presents to your Majesty an offering of treasures and hostages, as well as a plea for peace. My king, this battle has finally restored the dignity of our people. Moreover, with Frasyav's offer of land comes the opportunity to expand our borders, as your Majesty so greatly wishes. His Highness the Prince and I believe this peace settlement will be a great boon to our nation. It is for this reason alone that I have removed my armor and made haste back to our halls from the front lines. My king, what say you to this proposal?
He's like, get the hell out of here, loser.
Ah, it's the tale of Prince Kubad. Ever heard this one?
Nope, never. Feels like we've missed a lot of the backstory.
Don't worry, I still remember the general plot. Let me fill you in on the background while the king deliberates.
Why is your hair kind of slightly darker here? And that lady's just frozen in the background like,
I shouldn't be here. Oh dear, I have lost all my textures and been rendered into
a fucking cardboard pretzel doll.
The main characters are the brilliant Prince Kubad and his war-hungry father, King Kabus.
Okay.
The one talking to the king right now is Gundafar, the prince's tutor.
That king's name is like another word for, like, oh my god. I don't know if it's spelt that way. There's another word in English that people use that sounds like that to refer to somebody's ass. I'm literally serious. At least where I'm from it does.
When the prince was young, the king was deceived by a malicious rumor that the prince had mistreated his stepmother. He demanded that the prince walk through a blazing fire to prove his innocence. Miraculously, the prince emerged unscathed, thus proving his innocence. But the seeds of doubt had already been sown in the king's mind. Now uneasy in the presence of his mistrustful father, the prince requested to be sent away to the battlefield where he would fight against Frasyav's army. That's the enemy general we heard them mention just now. This is the part where the prince has won the war and decided to forge a peace with the rival nation. He wrote a letter recommending peace to his father. Oh, it looks like the king's made up his mind. Let's keep watching.
Frasyav lost because he did not have the blessing of God. Our God will always watch over us and punish our enemies.
I feel like the word God in this game loses its fucking meaning because there's so many of them.
Once the bells of war have begun to toll, they shall not cease until the blood of our enemies fills the land. There can be no victory until the last enemy soldier has fallen. If Kubad still wishes to be my son and hold the intaglio I bestowed upon him as proof of his royal blood, then he must obey my command.
Your Majesty, I must caution that a nation destroyed is not a fallen city writ large. Now, the loss of one city strikes fear into the hearts of our enemies, compelling them to accept defeat and cede land in exchange for peace. If, however, we insist on bringing a whole nation to its knees, then so long as a single person is left standing, they will see us as their sworn enemy, and one day return to us tenfold the pain that we have inflicted on their nation and family.
True. Very true.
My king, a people is to their nation as wild grass to the open prairie. Though we burn down the whole field and spare not one blade of grass, roots continue to grow unseen beneath the surface. Come the spring, it is all but inevitable that fresh green shoots will rise up from the ashes.
Cease, Gundafar. Your mind grows dull in your old age, filled with naive delusions. We shall have no more need of you on the battlefield. As for my son Kubad, I will summon him back to the capital, so he may be tried by a court-martial.
What are you saying, my noble king? Why must you mistrust your own flesh and blood, and sink ever deeper into the blight of hatred? When he was falsely accused, you once doubted his honor, and made him walk through a raging fire. Did he not prove himself worthy by emerging unharmed from the flames? Now you would turn me away, when I seek only to provide the wisdom of counsel. What is the justification for this?
The justification is that my word, not yours, is the law of the land. Cease and be gone, Gundafar, so you may spend the rest of your days with your wife.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
What has become of the king that I served with my life? Fanaticism has robbed him of all reason and wisdom. Peace is surely the most favorable path for our nation, yet he refuses to accept it.
I must think of a way to seize control of the army back from the hands of my wayward son, that they might continue the fight to the end. Perhaps the first task should be this. I shall send a loyal contingent of warriors to eliminate Frosty and the hostages he has sent to our palace.
Brilliant acting, Darby.
More like asshole.
I saw you approaching us in the middle of the scene. I was worried that my performance would be subpar and you'd think I was just making a fool of myself.
Not at all. Far from it. Actually, let me introduce you. This is Darby, the actor for King Kapos.
Why the fuck is Kaeya's colors just so dark all of a sudden?
When we first got to know each other, he was still a guard for one of the merchant caravans. Seems like he's now made the switch to full-time acting.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Any friend of Kaeya's is a friend of mine.
Sure.
To be perfectly honest, I wasn't making all that much as a mercenary. It felt right to me to get away from the danger and live a more stable life. I was already pretty good at telling stories, so I just recruited a few friends and started performing shows all over the country. Full disclosure, we had to put this little stage together using whatever wood and cloth we could borrow. It's really low budget. Anyway, we're all good enough at acting to get through the motions, but none of us are any good at coming up with a script. Everything we tried to write just sounded off somehow. So I got a student from the academia to adapt an old story I knew to make it more appealing to our audience. What do you think? Passable?
I could tell that you've had someone tighten up the lines. They turned out very nicely.
Ah, that's good. Well, as you can see, even now, we still don't have much of an audience. Don't suppose you'd be interested to see the rest of the show?
Sure, why not? I don't have anything pressing lined up. And I don't think the Traveler does either.
Oh my god, how do you know that? You literally just met me on the pier and didn't ask me anything about my day.
Tickets for two, please. How much would that be?
Oh, you're free because I know you.
There's no need for tickets. You could just get some food from Jafar Tavern. We've worked out an arrangement with them. We've actually found a sponsor for this performance too. He's not too happy about the poor tournament. I doubt we'll be able to keep him for the next performance. Real pity. But what can you do, huh?
Darbil Asgar still hasn't shown up for the next scene. We should get his costume and sword out so they'll be ready to go the moment he gets here.
My apologies. I have to get ready for the upcoming scene. I'll see you from the stage.
Order food. I'll do that. Watch it be that the guy we're waiting for is gone and we have to go find him, or Kaeya has to stand in. There's that cardboard pretzel doll.
Some food? What can I get you? If you're looking for recommendations, today's special is the tandoori roast chicken.
Chicken, huh? That sounds pretty great.
Ah, bear with us a moment. We're just going to take a look at the menu.
How did you become friends with Dargo?
I was at Port Ormuz discussing some business opportunities, and some crook was trying to pull a fast one on me. Dargo took pity on me and politely asked him to make himself scarce.
I'm an idiot. I'm so, like, disoriented. When I said that, I don't know why I thought I was saying it to the girl. I'm saying it to Kaeya, son of a bitch. I mean, he's literally directly in the middle of my screen as a focal point. You would think I would know that. Oh my god.
He's a good guy. A decent storyteller, too. Quite an interesting character.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of fun to be had if you hang around interesting people doing interesting things.
Why are you saying it like that?
Especially if you're in the company of an interesting friend.
Do you have to keep putting so much emphasis on shit? I'm just also distracted by the fact that those parasols have not been textured in, but everything else around them is, and it just looks weird.
That's my secret formula for staying in a good mood. Try it out sometime. You'll see what I mean.
Are you, like, coming on to me, or what's going on?
Thanks for waiting. We're ready to order now. We'll take you up on that tandoori roast chicken. And let's throw in some desserts, too. One each of the rose custard, that talumba, and the patisara pudding, please. That should see us through the show.
Oh my god. He's just ordering a bunch of stuff. Okay. Chat with Kaeya. Can I sit, though? Can I sit? Nope. The way her tail's folded around her, I never noticed
We've
that.
got good seats. Close to the stage, but also not too crowded.
Yeah, but the way you're sitting, you're facing away from it, so how could you see anything?
We can watch the show as we eat. If I remember correctly, the next scene should focus on the prince.
Like how he jittered because something behind him was trying to load in.
But I won't spoil it for you. You have to experience it for yourself.
Sounds like this story has made quite an impression on you.
You could say that. It's always stayed with me because it's hammered home a cruel but realistic truth.
Oh yeah, because his father, I don't know if it's true, but he's like that older man in the Fatui that has like a mask on the right side of his face. And he has like solid white hair and like blue eyes. And he's like a big burly guy. And apparently it's supposed to be his father. But I don't know if that's true.
People do not choose where and when to be born.
True.
Yet the circumstances of their birth define the choices that they will have for the rest of their life.
Damn, bro.
Here you are. The check's on the table, too. Just call me over when you're ready to settle up.
Okay, generic girl.
No need. I'll pay up front. Here. Keep the change.
Keep the $100 bill.
Thank you, sir. Oh, but this is too generous.
Take this $5,000 check.
Call it a token of my gratitude for the excellent service. The food all smells wonderful, too. So please pass my compliments to the chef.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's dig in, Trap.
Okay, Skip. You enjoy the food with Kaeya.
Hey, Kaeya. I'm so sorry. But the actor who plays the prince has run into some difficulties and won't be able to make it.
Told you.
We can't do the rest of the show without him, so I'm really sorry, but we'll have to call the show right here.
It's too bad we won't get to see the end of the story. Can you use an understudy? Can Kaeya fill in for him?
Ooh, that would be fun. I wouldn't say no.
I was just kidding.
Darbil, would you lose any income if I were to mess this up?
Not really. I mean, there's not much of an audience here anyway. I wouldn't want to take too much of your time, though.
Don't worry about that. I like to be spontaneous now and then. Spice things up a little.
Is that where he gets the new outfit from? Because I have it for him, but he's not wearing it here.
Let me think. Well, you already know the story, so you just need to memorize a few lines. You know what? This might actually work. Ah, wait, but Kuban has a specific costume he's supposed to wear, and there's no way you'd fit into it. Switching actors is one thing, but wearing street clothes on stage would really ruin the immersion. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work.
Well, good thing that I've actually got a costume with me. It goes pretty well with your stage, too.
You're kidding. Can you show it to me?
I'll show you everything.
Sure. If you can show me the way to your changing room.
It's in the restaurant. Follow me.
A moment later. Yeah, that's the outfit. That's the one he got from the Valeria Mirage. From the other play.
Gotta say, I think I actually look pretty dapper in this. It's a pity I don't have many opportunities to wear it in public.
I never knew you were so vain. You're such a show-off, but you look pretty good.
Uh-oh, not a fan of me as a prince? I'll have to act my heart out so you'll be too dazzled to make any digs.
What does that even mean?
Kaeya, here's your script for the next scene. It's not too long, but you also don't have very long to prepare. Do you think you can memorize your lines in time?
Only one way to find out.
Kaeya and the actors briefly rehearsed the scene.
Okay, I think we've covered all your lines.
God, that guy
It's on the
sat up
stage.
funny.
You haven't had long to prepare, so don't worry about forgetting your lines. We'll remind you.
All right, I'm good to go.
Don't stare at me like that, it's weird.
Great. Then let's get this show on the road.
Get up! Go. I look awkward just standing there, but I also stand
General
out.
Kubot, son of Kabus, the fate of this battle is clear.
He's holding the most fucking generic basic sword in the game.
I beg you, please
Not
spare
really.
my few remaining men. They no longer have the strength to fight back.
That guy's voice does not fit this dude. Also, that is one of the generic swords, right? I feel like I've had it before, but it almost looks a little different, so...
Frasiav, though you now lead only the husk of a once mighty army, I have no desire to crush your dignity.
Man, this almost looks like a different game the way Kaeya is.
Even your most savage warriors have no desire to see further bloodshed, and none among your ranks have opposed these peace talks. Nevertheless, I must hear it from you one final time.
This scene looks great, but the creases on his fingers turning solid black like that is fucking weird. Those are not meant to be there, are they? It's like the creases on his fingers, but the modeling's fucking weird. Okay.
General Frasiav, do you agree to sign a treaty in good faith and commit from this day forth to peace between our nations?
I know his nail polish is black, but it almost looks like a light blue purple.
With my army in ruins, I am in no position to do otherwise. But on this, I give you my word.
God, this voice does not fit this dude.
Yes, let us end our hostilities and send our surviving men home to their families.
He also looks like he would be Electro.
We share the desire to lay down our arms for good and liberate our hearts from the dirge of hatred.
The way he moves that sword so fast look weird.
Then as God above is our witness, by the authority vested in me by this intaglio of King Kabus,
Man, I like how they do this even in movies. Like, a character will be holding something and then in the next scene it's gone. Swords don't just reappear and disappear like that. But you know what? Because this is considered to be a fucking magic world in which this game takes place in, I'm gonna just say that it's via magic.
I hereby declare that I will spare your hostages and what remains of your army. May peace be restored to this land, and may these fields of war become a place where crops grow aplenty. My tutor, Gundafar, has already made haste to my father, the king, with the recommendation of a truce. It is my sincere hope that he will see that peace as a path to prosperity and grant me his blessing.
That is not at all what happened.
Prince Kubot, your name is renowned throughout your land and ours. I will place my hope in your words.
One will find on a battlefield no master of ceremonies, nor the paper on which a treaty may be signed. In their absence, let us raise our weapons and swear an oath. I, Kubad, son of Kabus, hereby pledge protection to you and all of your kin. May the oceans be stained red with my blood if I am ever to renounce this oath.
Wow, your friend is so dreamy. He's not a real prince by any chance, is he?
Girl, what? What is happening?
Hey, Rashana, you don't want to miss this. The good-looking guy who left that huge tip is acting on stage with Darble's troupe.
You know, I like this girl. Her acting feels so realistic.
Darble's one lucky man.
I return, Your Highness. I hope I'm not too late. Have you already promised peace to Frasiav?
Nay, I am not so rash as to preempt my father's blessing. I promised only what I could so far, the safety of his kin.
My child, I must share with you the gravest news. Kabos has become blinded by fanaticism and hatred, and will stop at nothing to vanquish every last man under Frasiav's lead.
How can this be? You mean to say that my father has rejected our proposal for peace?
He has indeed. I urged him to reconsider, and for this I was rebuked and dismissed from his service. But far stricter punishment than this awaits you, should you return home with your troops. Please heed my warnings, dear child. I dare not imagine what unspeakable atrocities your father intends to commit.
Nay, the truce must stand. I cannot renounce my oath. How can man claim to stand above beast without remaining true to his word? The masses have grown weary of death and conflict in both our nation and theirs. Are we all now to bend to his will and massacre countless more to satisfy a desire that is his alone? When I departed my beloved home to fight in a foreign land, I did so to honor his wishes and for my duty to our people. Alas, is this fate's grand design? Is this fate's grand design?
Kaeya! The next line is, alas, is this fate's grand design, that I should spend the rest of my days in a foreign land, till I am laid to rest in a grave far from home?
God, how can you remember that?
Must it be so?
Uh-oh.
Wait, that's not part of the script.
Kaeya, did you not hear me?
My dear audience, I ask you this. Do you believe in fate? If fate decreed that your life was to end in tragedy, what would you do?
Huh? What? Well, let me just stare at this for a moment, because if they're putting it on the screen, it's obviously important, and they want me to look at it for some reason. What did he just... Why did he just throw the prop to me? Seems like improv with the audience. Guess I should play along. I would challenge my fate and rise above it.
Oh? Then so must it be. Yes, so must it be. I shall discard this intaglio and rid myself of the shackles of fate.
Wait, but that's not... My dear prince, do you intend to betray your father and abandon your heritage?
Fate means to send the machinations of war to every corner of the land, to fan the flames of conflict till they engulf the entire world.
Fuck.
Fate would see my sword tainted with the blood of innocence. That the bright banner of my homeland might fly in every nation known to mankind. But I shall not bow to the will of fate.
Okay.
I am no pawn in heaven's plan.
Kaeya seems like a completely different character here, and it's weird to me.
Bravo! Where did this guy come from? Is he one of the new hires?
Shut up! Stop interrupting.
Hey, shut the fuck up, dude. Don't talk to me.
I, Kubot, will spend the rest of my days in a foreign land, till I breathe my last in a place far from home.
At least he brought it back in the end.
Prince Kubot, my child, there is no need to be rash. Please bring at least your fortune and the retainers who will always be loyal to you.
Gundafar, my dear mentor, you have always been like a father to me. It brings me only anguish to bid you farewell, but I must walk this path, or freedom dies by my hand. Goodbye, my tribe and kin. Farewell, sweet land of my birth.
Goodbye, my child.
Yeah. talk to Kaeya.
Ooh, it's Prince Kuba. Could I please get your autograph?
Oh, Jesus Christ, lady.
Why, certainly, man.
Ooh, thank you. I'll just go find a pen.
I want an autograph too.
No. Good show, Kaeya.
Feeling more like a fan now?
No. What's wrong with you, you freak?
Acting is quite fun. If there ever came a day when I left the Knights of Favonius, I think I might go into acting full-time.
Really?
Darby, could you introduce me to this young man?
My apologies, Master Toos. I somehow missed you in the crowd earlier.
I was some distance away. I just came over near the end after I noticed the large crowd gathered around the stage. The performance was outstanding across the board. I knew that the poor turnout over the past few days was just bad luck. It was only ever a matter of time before you hit it big. The improvised section was particularly good. I think you can include some improvisation as a staple in future performances. As for the prop he threw, no need to get it back. It's fairly cheap anyway.
I have it, though. He gave it to me.
Thank you, sir. And a big thanks also to our wonderful prince. Had Kaeya not agreed to fill in, we might have disbanded right on the spot.
Kaeya was? Well, young man, I must say you've made quite the impression on me. My caravan is always loaded with the finest food and wines. You're welcome to visit at any time.
Thank you for the invite, sir. But I'm afraid I've reached the end of my time in Sumeru. I'm sure that my friends and family in Mondstadt must be missing me terribly.
Well then, consider it an open invitation. Once you've been bitten by the travel bug, my friend, you'll be getting itchy feet again before too long. My door is always open. If you're ever interested, please ask Darby to reach out to me. Darby, we can continue discussions on the sponsorship once you've wrapped up today's show. I'm going back to the inn.
Thank you so much, Master Toos. I'll see you shortly.
Jitter.
Seriously, Kaeya, thank you for bailing me out again. You're a good guy. May the gods bless you.
Which one, though?
You know, you should stay for a few more days. I owe you a meal at the very least.
Darbil, Asgard is back. He lost track of time playing Genius Invocation TCG. You've got to sort him out.
Genius Invocation again? Oh, does it? The kid's not getting away with it this time. Please excuse me, Kaeya. I will be right back.
Sure, there's no rush.
Beat walking away.
Okay, I think they're all gone. Let's slip away now while we can.
Huh?
I just imagine him just grabbing Lumin by the wrist and just fucking pulling her. He's like, fucking move! Move them feet, girl. Move them feet.
What is it?
Alright, this should be far enough. Don't think they'll find me here.
Weren't you gonna sign some autographs? Didn't you want to stay for a free meal sometime? Yeah, what about that girl?
People were starting to expect a lot of things that I didn't sign up for. Besides, the missing actor is back now. Darbil shouldn't be needing me to stand in again. I don't mind socializing, but compared to chatting over food and drink, I much prefer just going wild on the stage. What about you? Did you enjoy the show?
I wasn't expecting the improv section, or I thought your performance was intriguing. See, what you say changes the ending, so I'm gonna just... Why would Lumin say this? She didn't know what the story was about, so how could she tell if a section was changed or not, if she didn't know it? Saying that just seems kind of dumb. Mostly, I was curious to know what was going through your mind, is all.
Oh? I was expecting a lengthier critique, but you've thrown the question right back at me. Sneaky. Alright, I'll rise to your challenge.
Huh?
Let me think. All the world's a stage, and all the people merely players. Does that answer your question?
I've heard that saying before.
Perhaps there's an inept god out there deciding everyone's fates. Much like the academia student drafting Darbil's scripts.
Are you referring to Asmodee, the god of corruption? She could be the god of time, but I don't think... She might be, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh?
Inept is a good word for it. Honestly, it might even be a little too civil to describe a god who turns fathers against their sons and is bent on endless warmongering, don't you think?
I like how he said yeah, but the word said yup.
Anyway, that's exactly why actors need to wake up and realize they don't have to follow the script. There's nothing to stop them from following their gut and making it up as they go along.
Do you really believe that? Does the sin of God really exist?
Oh, my dear traveler, please don't take me too literally. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. The god is just a figure of speech. The real point I'm making is about the actors. Everyone, you and I included, is both an actor and a member of the audience. If you don't like the script, just walk off the stage and join the audience. You always have a choice.
I'm not sure I fully understand. That sounds difficult.
A little too obtuse? Well, don't dwell on it. It's nothing worth losing sleep over. I was just thinking aloud. Relax. Be yourself. Do your thing. That's all I'm really trying to say.
I know.
When I did my little bit of audience interaction back there, you had no time to prepare. You had to just say what you thought in the moment. I think those spontaneous thoughts are often the most authentic. And that's why I liked your answer.
Oh? So, you liked what I said?
What? You didn't really show that on the stage, you just kind of like kept going.
You're still holding on to the intaglio I threw you from the stage, right? Keep it. Think of it as a souvenir from my improvised performance. It's been the most fascinating day, hasn't it, little birdie?
It's fucking gone. Yeah. So it must be. Yes, it must be so. Oh my god. Fucking Kaeya. I gotta figure out how this diverges. I like how everybody was Noel for a moment. Oh, my neck. So... So that's just one solid ending. See, it's weird to figure out how this is supposed to branch into what it branches into. Hold on.
I wonder what's this
I'm a psycho. Alright. So there's one where we tell him to participate in the play, and then I think there's one where we tell him not to. Yeah, I think it said, where were we? Travel expenses? I'm gonna skip this.
A matter of utmost
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun.
Hold on. Where were we just now? Travel expenses?
Ah, yes. Here's what I was thinking about the unused funds. Given that the acting grandmaster saw fit to allocate these funds to my trip in the first place, I think it's my responsibility to make sure that every last mora is put to good use. In other words, what do you say we find a way to spend the remaining budget? Perhaps a fancy meal at a nice restaurant? Or a river cruise that takes in the sights of Sumeru City? Or we could buy a few nice mementos to take home.
Isn't this embezzlement?
Hey, no need to put it like that. Let's keep walking. We can consider it some more on the road.
Oh my god.
The rules of the Knights of Livonia state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip?
Okay. Because I keep having to barely push on the joystick to stop her. She keeps stopping, so I'm not fully pushing on it.
It's high time you gave yourself a proper break. Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. Regular maintenance is essential for reliable performance.
Are you coming on to me or what's happening?
And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. So come on, what do you say?
I feel like you're coming on really strong suddenly, and I don't know how to feel about it. If this was me in a real situation, I'd be like, you know, you're just like my friend, right? I really hope you don't do this to me. We can't spend public money for your own amusement.
Now I remember why you're an honorary knight. Of course being tempted by money is beneath you.
You're starting to freak me out.
Your honest character is dazzling to behold. Like the sunlight reflecting off the surface of Cider Lake in the late fall.
Oh my god, stop.
I hold my hands up. My thinking was mistaken.
Oh my god.
In that case, I guess today's end-of-trip blowout is cancelled. I shall pack my luggage and prepare to return to Mondstadt.
Oh my god. I can join you.
Oh? You do that for me?
No.
Well, this wasn't what I'd originally planned, but it's a very welcome development.
You damn freak.
When I was souvenir shopping, I picked out something for you too. Guess my thoughtfulness wasn't in vain.
You got me a souvenir?
Well, let's keep that a secret for now. Not because I want to keep you guessing.
Huh?
It's just that I didn't think I'd run into you here. All my gifts are back at the inn. I want you to find out for yourself when you open it. The surprise is what gift giving is all about, is it not?
Fine.
Then it's settled. We'll leave together shortly.
You're fucking freaking me out. Oh my god. Fuck is happening? Why are you doing this to me? Oh my god. Ah. Alright, let's see. I have issues with men even in real life, so the way I'm reacting is how I would really react in a real life scenario. He really is starting to freak me out. Like, he's too savvy and he's coming on in such a way he's coming on quietly. And I'm noticing it, and that's why I'm like, bro, arm's distance, what the fuck are you doing? The whole, we don't have time to waste it. You're fine, calm down. Kirara, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The way he's like, we don't know when we're getting another chance, and why is it going to shit out here? What's happening? You know, there are some people that really are afraid of rain, so her freaking out like that. I don't like the sound of loud thunder either. Like, when it hits and it's like really loud, I'm like, ugh. It's not like a fear, it's just like I hate it. Like, you get like a feeling inside and I don't like it. Tell me about how I can't use your hat. Go on, tell me. A lot of the characters in this game do freak me out. Get my fucking apples, boy. Get. Oh my god, please, no. Yes. She's like, oh my god, my fur! Because she's a cat. But there's some cats who like water. I don't know, the weather does go to shit out here. I don't know if this is staged for what's happening, or if that's just the way it is. Because we do have random weather in this game, and I'm trying to figure out if there's something going on, or if that's just the way it is. She literally said rare. Oh no, I guess it's just... Wait, if I go back over here, does the rain come back?
Sunlight feels really cozy. Napping in a tree would be nice. Just the thought of it is making me sleepy.
Okay. Nothing to say, huh? Freak. Alright. Wow.
Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight.
Okay.
Now, as promised, your souvenir. Here you go.
Those birds are way bigger than they normally are, right? Why are they so fucking huge?
According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this. And this lamp in particular once housed a very powerful genie. Merchants love to exaggerate to help make a sale, but it's still quite the pretty little lamp. I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. Of course, you can also use it as an ordinary pot. Personally, I think it'd make an excellent wine vessel.
I'll use it as a decanter. I'll put it on display. Hold on. I feel like this is a trick question, right? I mean, it has to be. Why would he fucking, what the fuck? 'Cause why would he say it like that? Hold on. D. Ah.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like it.
Uh-huh.
I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me, or you can make your own schedule. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood for running around and visiting people right after the long journey. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions?
Do you see how he's coming on? Like, I want to go rest. I've been on a long journey. That's understandable. The second half isn't. But I'll get bored in my room all alone. Like, motherfucker, stop. We can chill out together so you can relax without getting bored. I can join you for souvenir giving so you have some company. But he just said that he did. This is an ending changer. You know what? I'll hang out with you.
I'm honored to have such a caring friend.
Oh, God.
Let's go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. We can listen to the bards playing or feed the pigeons. After so long in Sumeru, I've begun to miss that slow-paced and relaxed atmosphere. There's no rush. We can take our time and stroll on over.
Okay, good. Oh, my leg. I'm a demon cat. What do you expect? What the fuck do you expect? Demon cat. Demon cat. Demon cat. I'm not making that shit up. She really is a fucking yokai. She's a demon cat. Well, yokai is a demon, but yeah. Demon cat. Demon cat. Does whatever she feels she can. According to Kaeya, it contains an exquisite lamp. It might be best to wait until you come back from the vacation with Kaeya to open this. Alright. Then this is a thing he gave me. It symbolizes that the noble origins of Prince Kubat in the play should have been strung on a beaded chain and worn on the prince's chest, but a fated tragedy made the prince abandon it. The blood red jewel is a crystallization of the question Kaeya asked you. The age-old question about destiny. There is no need to rush to answer. In the future, use what you see, touch, and feel to prove the answer within your soul. Well, he asked me, what would you do with fate if you were bound to something? I said, well, I would rise above it. And that's literally what we've been doing this whole damn game. I'm not dealing with the hand that fate has dealt at me. And that's what I intend to do. Fucking flower hopping, bro. Yeah. I like the sound of the bells. It's the little thing on her hip. The little Enma. Has two little bells on it. I like games that actually make a character's outfit make a sound. Like if they're wearing a bell, I actually want to hear it. You know what I mean? Weird, mysterious firefly. What the fuck was that? Fucking. She literally said meow again. I mean, she's a cat, but why would you do that? Am I gonna run into somebody? Because when you said bards, all I think of is Venti, but Venti wouldn't be a part of this. Man, it's questionable the noise she literally just made. Glad I was talking over it, because it didn't sound hella right. Yeah.
Port Ormos is always lively, even late into the night. People there go to bed much later than I imagined.
Oh?
Quite a stark contrast with Mondstadt. People pray and play music in the cathedral plaza during the day, but come nighttime, the streets are deserted except for the knights on patrol.
So, which lifestyle do you prefer?
Good question.
Huh?
Life in Sumeria was never dull. Last time I was out drinking on the street at night, some passing mercenaries invited me to dance. Although, I did learn later that that kind of thing is highly unusual even there. They must have been in a very good mood that night. They taught me a lot of songs that they usually sing during feasts. It really was a fun night. But be that as it may, I think I'm more suited to the free and easy life in Mondstadt. Simple, honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content.
Can you even hear what you're saying?
Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the cathedral choir before? The hymns they sing are a whole tradition in their own right. Quite different from the folk songs that the bards play.
Not yet. Sounds interesting.
Well, let's see if we can catch them today. Sister Grace is right there, so we can ask her about the choir schedule.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Watch her be like, Kaeya, what the hell are you doing? Oh, fade to black.
Excuse me, Sister Grace. Does the church choir have any performances coming up soon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously announced has unfortunately been pushed back.
Oh? What's the story there?
As you probably know, Captain Kaeya, we've been trying to organize an amateur choir in addition to the regular church choir.
Ah, yes. I heard about that. I believe the plan was ultimately to have different choirs who can take turns to perform hymn concerts.
Yes, exactly. Well, it turns out there are plenty of believers who are good singers and interested in joining a choir. So, in theory, it should have been a simple case of getting everyone in the same room, then practice, practice, practice. But, for some reason, the rehearsals are going terribly. I don't understand it. Everyone in the choir has a basic level of musical literacy, but they sound awful together. It's like everyone's trying to do their own thing. There's no group harmony. Maybe I'm just not musically gifted enough to give them the guidance they need. Captain Kaeya, I know you like listening to hymns. How good is your understanding of vocal music?
Me? Music is far from my forte. But if you need some help, then don't worry. I know an expert who's more than up to the task.
Oh no.
Thank you so much, Captain Kaeya. Having some expert guidance will definitely be a great help.
Is it me or Venti?
I'm sure you've figured out who this expert is already. He has the best singing voice of any poet in Mondstadt, and understands poetry better than any other singer.
Venti?
Plus, he's exceptionally easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern.
Well, he's my first guest, too. Either that or he's trying to play a trick and he's like, oh, we're gonna get D-Luke to do it. No, no. It has to be Venti, come on. You know, it's funny because people don't know that he's the fucking Animal Archon. People who live here do not know that their god has been among them the whole time, and I feel like that's funny, but also very sad. You look at him just sitting.
Venti!
Good day. Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining me.
Hello, Venti.
Hello, hello! Please, take a seat. We're all friends here.
Right.
One moonlit alley and an apple cider.
Nods and walks away. Bing. Will Venti do it, though? I mean,
Ooh, excellent choices. Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together.
What the fuck?
Here's to the time spent drinking with friends, which is more unforgettable than the drinks are delectable.
Rhymer. I like how that guy putting the things on the table behind me sounded like somebody fucking dropping something.
Ever the poet, Professor Venti. A beautiful toast from the bard with the most.
Oh my god, can we stop?
Any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real dearth of quality entertainment at the moment, since the cathedral's choir performance has been delayed again. Speaking of which, I trust you've heard Sister Grace's choir perform before?
Of course! Though the format is a little on the formal side, they do sing quite beautifully. Very pleasant to listen to.
So you'd say you enjoy listening to hymns?
Let me think. Well, however it's expressed, as long